Nico Harrison has got to stop doing press conferences. It almost kind of feels like he loves public humiliation because he was standing there by the locker room watching Luka drop 45 on his team's head while the Fire Nico chants were going throughout the entire game, and he just stood there and wasn't fazed. I don't know what it is with him. The dude is just weird. He's strange. Like, how at this point could you get in front of a microphone and say that you made the right decision and you made the decision that was in the best interest of the team and organization? That just doesn't make any sense. And how can you say that you didn't understand the importance of Luka? Shannon Sharp was going on a huge rant about that, saying if you bought a store, how do you buy a store and not know what your best-selling item is? It's just stupid. The whole situation makes no sense, and there has to be a deeper meaning to it. There has to be something behind this. So yeah, the whole thing is a circus show, and the world couldn't help but react to it.
Man, don't do no more press conferences. Like, I don't even know what you're doing.
So you're going to trade the guy that just led you to the NBA Finals last year. Yep. A guy that was 25 at the time you traded him. And you had no idea that the fans would be upset. Ocho, what do you think would happen if the Ravens traded Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, people have been going off on him, and I think it's safe to say that there is a deeper meaning behind this. The trade still seems fake. The thing that doesn't make sense to me is that Nico keeps talking about how they are building a team to get to the finals, and I just don't understand that because Luka literally took the Mavs to the finals. It's like you had the thing to get to where you wanted to go, but you wanted to break the #1 rule, which is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And you traded a guy that already got you to the finals for an injury-prone player, and then when he got injured, you take the mic and you say that you can't judge this season because of injuries. Hey, sorry for the interruption, but the NBA playoffs are here, and Underdog is a place where you can cash in on predicting some of your favorite players' performances. All you have to do is click higher or lower on 2 player performances, and you have a shot to win real cash. Underdog is available in 30 states, including Texas. I'll be dropping my picks all the time. Use promo code PREMIER and get up to $1,000 bonus credit when you make your first deposit. So download Underdog today and please take advantage of this offer. You don't have to deposit a lot to get the rewards. Go do it now. This whole thing is just wild, man. Let's take a look at some of the best moments from Nico's end of the season presser.
As we try to close out this year and then obviously get ready for next year. Before I start, I'd really like to give a heartfelt thank you to the Dallas Mavericks staff. During the year, it's countless hours on the road. It's tons of times away from your family, and their commitment to our team has been amazing throughout the whole year. And then a big thank you to Jay Kidd and his staff. The job they did this year was elite. You know, they went the last 2.5 months without having any practices, but they still got our team in position to win. And a lot of times, not only did they not have practices, they also didn't know who was going to play because of the revolving door. And so I'd just like to thank them. And then lastly, the players. You know, they really, you know, the never say die attitude, they embodied that. Next man up, you know, kind of all the cliches, like they literally lived that this year. And they ended up playing inspiring basketball.
Alright, I already have a problem with this. What do you mean they played inspiring basketball? They were the 10 seed and they nearly missed the playoffs after being a team that should have been probably a top 3 to 4 seed. What are you talking about inspiring basketball? This whole thing just seemed like a cover job. What do you mean they played inspiring basketball? This whole thing just seemed like a covering job. And yeah, they weren't able to practice. You know why? Because you traded Luka for injury-prone players, and then when they got injured, you were like, oh no, we don't have enough players. The G League got hurt. It was just a crazy situation. The entire thing makes no sense.
Injuries depleted this year, depleted our roster, from the start of training camp. But the players and staff never wavered, and it really gives us optimism for next year. Defense wins championships, and we are hanging our hat on defense. We're going to return one of the best front lines in the NBA, and we have one of the deepest and the most versatile benches. The draft this year is extremely deep, and we're excited to play the role that we are. We'll see where we go after the draft lottery, but we know we're going to get a really good player. And then we'll also use free agency to kind of shore up the rest of the roster.
I can tell you one thing. The goal ain't to win. The goal is not to win a championship. And everything he said there was just complete cap. The Mavs do not have that deep of a bench. I'm a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. I know what a deep bench looks like, and the Mavs don't have it. They're going to be injury prone next year too. I don't know why all of a sudden he thinks AD is going to be healthy for an entire season, and Kyrie's going to be coming off his big injury, so who knows if he's even going to return in time for the start of the season. And the Mavs were not bad enough this year to get one of the top players like Cooper Flag in the draft, so that entire thing was wrong. This entire situation is wrong. What is Nico even talking about?
In the few days after, since your roundtable discussion with some reporters and since the end of the season, some players have acknowledged, the challenge of playing through the post-trade noise. And, in hindsight, they and Jason were the ones who primarily had to answer the questions about that over the last couple of months. Do you feel like the franchise and you specifically could have or should have done more to maybe mitigate that or deflect that away from them?
No, good question. Yeah, we could have been better. As I look back on it in hindsight, we could have been better. Our goal is never to run away from the media. That's part of the job, and that's the obligation. But also, we wanted to talk after we had our roster. Our plan was to put Kyrie, Clay, AD, PJ, Lively on the floor so that people could see the vision. And unfortunately, that actually never came. So there was never a good time for us to do that.
I don't know how much more of this I can watch, because the saying defense wins championships just is not really true anymore. We have evolved, and you're not going to win a championship unless you can score 120 to 150 points a night. It's just that's just how the game is now, and AD does not contribute towards that. He's going to get you like 4 blocks, but at this point in his career, he's going to have maybe one 30-point game every week or so. He's not going to do what Luka does, where he puts up 37, 10, and 11, or that kind of stat line. It's just... the trade I'm fed up. I'm not even a Mavs fan. I feel bad for the fans, because the whole thing doesn't make any sense. It's like the Chicago Bulls trading Jordan, or the Lakers trading LeBron, or I'm a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, so it'd be like us trading Donovan Mitchell right now. I guess Michael Jordan and LeBron was probably a bad comparison, because those are the GOATs. But by the time Luka's career is all said and done, I really do think he's gonna have those numbers to be in the top 10 discussion. And now let's move to my favorite question from the entire interview. Nico, why shouldn't you be fired?
Why shouldn't you be fired?
Well, one, I think I've done a really good job here, and I don't think I can be judged by the injuries this year. You have to judge from totality, from beginning to end. And so I think I have a really good working relationship with Patrick. I think you add in Rick, the leadership that we have is really elite. And you'll see next year when our team comes back, we're going to be competing for a championship.
So yeah, this entire situation, just wild. I thought it was crazy that he got in front of a mic and did a press conference. I agree with Charles Barkley. He needs to stop doing those, because he's already made the big mistake. It's done. It's over with. Nobody wants to hear him yap about nonsense. It's just stupid. But let me know what you thought about his press conference in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And let me know what you'd like to see next. And until then, I will see you all later.